Hey Tam, I wrote you a song. It goes a little bit like this. I'm gonna give gas up, I'm gonna reduce energy, and if I have to, I'll use renewables.
I love it. That's the
you.
theme song for season 3, New Jones's Electrify Everything.
We'll talk about it, the cash. Anyway, where are we going?
We are going to meet Sophia,
Yep.
who is going to teach us how to get off gas,
Get off the gas.
build and retrofit our homes to make them so energy efficient that they hardly need any energy to heat and cool and cook in them.
So reduce the need for energy to heat and cool your home.
And then we're going to make sure that any energy we are using is coming from renewable sources, like solar, like wind.
So if we must, go renewables. Get off the FOSS.
Sophia, incredible single mum on a low wage who has afforded to do all of these things. So she's showing us how we can save energy and save money.
So she's built her home?
Build her home from new.
All right, well look, step on the push the electricity button and let's get there.
Off we go, Slapsy.
Hey there, Bancy Bants.
Bloody jazz flute.
Stop me if you've heard this one before. Tiptoeing through the tulips, I see. Good to go?
Rolling.
Who are you?
Me?
And why am I interviewing you?
I'm Sophia, and you're here because you're going to learn all about my energy efficient house.
Well, on that note, where are we? What are we doing here? Why are we doing it?
We're in Jagadwaran country. This is the town of Camperdown. I moved here about 5 years ago, single parent, no money, and I knew that it was time for me to get my own house. Got this vacant land, only 500 square metres, but I knew this is going to work. And then saved up a bit of money and researched how to build the most energy efficiency house I could, because I wanted to live with 0 power bills.
Yeah. So as a single mum, how did you afford to build such a beautiful, sustainable home?
I actually spent a lot of time in the design stage, because that's where you can get your real wins. Did a heap of research. You can learn so much for free. And most important thing is get your house so that all of the living areas and the place you want to hang out, it faces north.
Why to the north?
Because that's where you get all your natural free light and you get your natural free heat in the winter. So you got to combine it with eaves that are the right length. Those eaves, they stop that hot summer sun coming in, but you still get your natural light. And then in the winter, the sun streams in and it's natural free warmth.
What's a passive solar house?
It's free heat in the winter, it's free light all year round, and it means that, hey, I've got one active heating and cooling thing. So it's a heat pump. Yep. It's a reverse cycle air conditioner. That's all I need, and that's because it's been designed for passive solar.
You haven't mentioned it, but I heard you've got 1,300 undrinkable wine bottles that actually help heat and cool your house. So my question is, why are they undrinkable? So they heat and cool your house.
Look, my plan was originally I was just going to get empty bottles, fill them with water, because water is actually your best thermal mass that you can get. In the summer, these stay cool, and it just means that you've got this big bank of coolness sitting there. But in the winter, this is when these babies really do their work. In the morning, the sun is heating up all those bottles there. All that warmth comes in, and then in the afternoon, they're heating up all the bottles there. It means in the winter time, like I get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and I'm walking around in bare feet because there's still just gentle heat coming out of this thermal mass.
Before we even think about solar, how do we reduce the energy needed to heat and cool a beautiful home like this?
It's really simple. First thing is make sure that you're not leaking any air out through little drafts and gaps. Use a door snake. Put on some little door seals around your doors that go to the outside. You can get it from heaps of places.
Is that like your blinds as well?
Oh, I love my blinds. They're honeycomb blinds, so they're insulating. So they're made of cells which trap the air in them. So that means in the wintertime, when it's night, you just put them down and they're like blankets keeping your house warm. And then in the summer, when it's hot during the day, it's just another way of keeping your house cooler because it traps the air. Really clever.
So did you get a green loan for this home?
I didn't, but they're a really good idea. You go to the bank, you show that your design is going to be extra energy efficient, they'll give you a discount on your loan.
Who doesn't want that? How much does it actually cost to heat and cool and cook in a home like this?
0.
What?
For a start, no gas, no gas supply bill, just electricity, really efficient home so you don't need to use as much electricity. Right. And then whack some solar on. Solar gives you free power during the day. You're selling heaps back to the grid, and that covers the costs of drawing from the grid at night. That's why we have zero electricity bills.
Does this house actually make you money?
Yeah, actually it does. You get zero power bills for this house. Now I have to rent a flat in Melbourne for work. I've got them on the same account. I get enough cred from my solar power here that it partly pays for my electricity bills in Melbourne.
That's bananas. I've heard that a heat pump in your home can save up to 80 to 90% of your energy. Is that true?
Yeah, heat pumps are great.
What's a heat pump?
A heat pump? That's my reverse cycle aircon up there.
That's a heat pump?
That's a heat pump. It's the same technology as your fridge. We've all got heat pumps in our house. Use it for hot water system as well. So efficient. And look, this is our heating source.
I live in an apartment. I use my AC to cool. Are you saying it can heat as well?
Yeah, reverse cycle aircon means that you use it for heating in winter, and it's the most energy efficient way to heat your home. It's the cheapest.
We're talking electricity. What about gas?
Gas is a fossil fuel. Gas is dirty. Gas is polluting. Gas is expensive. And we're in the 21st century now. Look, we've got better, more affordable, more efficient ways to live comfortably.
Insulation, secondary glazing, trying to stay awake here. How do we actually make this interesting?
I reckon it's pretty interesting to be able to stay nice and cool in the summer without spending any money, and it's pretty interesting to be able to stay nice and warm in the winter without spending any money.
You've piqued my interest, but you haven't piqued my energy bills, so thank you. Sophia, what were some of the stumbling blocks that you found to building an all-electric home?
You know, we're all still learning, and sometimes your builders and your tradies, they're on the journey too. So best thing to do is just like learn what you can from all the free stuff that's out there and be ready to talk to your builders and tradies about it. Teach them. And, you know, if they're not interested, get a builder or some tradies who are actually excited about it.
Would you say governments are here to help us?
Look, they know we're in a climate crisis and we're in a cost of living crisis. And having more energy efficient homes, that's a way to address both at once. So yeah, they're developing policies, they're developing programs, there's rebates and grants out there to help make this easier for everyone to have an energy efficient home without it costing too much.
Sophia, in 60 seconds or less, tell me how and why and how much money you've saved going energy efficient all electric.
Only 60 seconds? All right, for a start, I got zero energy bills. Now that's because I was just careful, took my time in the design, learnt everything that I could, and I found a builder who wanted to work with me. So that means that I've now got a house which is really well insulated, it's got really good draft ceiling, and then you have your induction stove top, you put some solar on if you can do that, and you enjoy your free heat in the winter, and you enjoy being cool in the summer, and you enjoy the fact you can live in a house with no bills, and it didn't cost that much to build.
That might be one of the best 60 seconds that I've heard. Sophia, where do I get started?
Well, you start out by using your free resources like at the new Joneses. They've got a 10-step list which makes it really easy to get started. You just start with the free simple stuff like door snakes and stopping your draft, and then you just go through like that, and that's the journey.
Ripper. Sophia, you're singing my tune. Thanks very much.
Ah, look, it's been so cool to share my energy efficient house.
So anyway, something I've been working on. Now your turn. Watch me for the changes and try and keep up. I've got to stop you there. That was a little bit pitchy.